Good morning. Welcome to Entrepreneur Life with me, Joel Campbell. I'm an entrepreneur. This episode should actually have had that already in it. So by the time you've seen that, it should already be done. It's just a habit of mine now. Right, it's Monday. It's nearly midday. I've been cracking on all day. It's actually quite a funny week is going to be this week. I'm really taking back on and absorbing marketing. I've got my hat ready to go somewhere. So I've got my baseball cap, I'm all good. Marketing manager of the attraction division. I'm going to take it off, I'll stick it just here. So it's kind of neatly and neat. I'll put it on that one there, I'll stick on there. Yeah, someone's ringing me. I'm going to have to take the call and I'll come right back. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. You can see marketing manager hat's here. It's all good. I just had a phone call about investments, funny enough. Somebody wanting to talk about acceleration of growth and investments and stuff like that. CEO kind of stuff. My CEO hat's over there. Sorry, hold on 2 seconds. Alexa, off. It's a bit weird, but I'm marketing today. I'm leaning into it. I'm really pushing back into it basically because I've got to build up all the ads, take back over the ad accounts from the agency. The last video you'd have seen, probably the last, maybe the ones before, was talking about outsourcing and how we were looking at what we're going to do. So you'll know by now that we've actually brought it back in-house. And now I'm really assessing how we're going to drive the marketing department, the marketing team forwards, because that's very much my role and my remit. So I'm just going to push back into it, lean back into it. Somebody said to me last Friday, they were like, Joel, you've been saying for a long time, like over a year, about getting a marketing manager. Well, when the fuck are you going to do it? And I was like, I'm trying. And we ended up having this conversation where they went, do you know what? I think I know what your problem is. I was like, okay, hit me with my fucking problem then. And they said, the trouble is, because you do it at the moment, you don't think you're very good at it, which is true. I think I'm okay, but I'm not great because I don't really want to do it. That's why. And they went, the thing is, though, you are really good at it. And people are trying to take over from your level. And they're never going to be able to put in the effort that you put in. You're always going to work harder than everybody else because it's just part of your DNA. It's part of your makeup. It's part of your mantra. And I was like, you know what? That's so true. That whoever the marketing manager is that comes in, however good they are, they will never work as hard as me. That doesn't mean they can't do a better job, and I know that they will do, and we will find that right person. And what we're doing is we're searching for the right person. We've had loads of people apply, we've had a few interviews, and ultimately we're just not finding quite the right person. So that's what we'll just keep looking. We'll keep going. It's like dating. You just got to find the right person. It can take a long time, but when you do, that's when you have a happy life. So anyway, so what I'm doing today is I'm really fixing, and I'm going to use the word fixing social ads today. So I've got to build up the ads for the May campaign, which launches tomorrow. So I've got to get all those ads built. It's quite a lot of work to do. But because I've had other people in here for a while, different agencies and stuff like that, different people within the agencies, some very clearly know what they're doing. Others want to be taken out the back and shot. I think is the short answer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trawl through all of the audiences and basically slim that down, correct the audiences. And I'm just going to give you an example. So let me just make sure I've got nothing in here that's IP protected. I'm going to flip it around and give you an example of some of the work that I have to do and some of the audience challenges that we have and where I'm going to start and how I'm going to build the process. So bear with. Okay, so I'm going to build into the audiences and just let you have a quick look. There's nothing here that's can't really be shared. Apologies about the shadow. I probably should screen record this, but I'm going to let you see basically. So these are all the audiences we currently have at the moment. We basically got the audience name, what the type of audience is, the estimated audience size, the availability, and then the audience IDs and stuff, which I'm not going to show you. But just to give you an idea, this is all the audiences that we have built at the moment, which isn't, it's fine, but it's just an awful lot of audience. So I'm still scrolling. Some are obviously expiring soon, some are really old. The whole thing just needs a cleanse. And if I look at how many audiences there are, it's even taking Facebook a little while to think about it. I'm just trying to have a quick look and see if I can see the numbers. Let's have a quick look, see if I've got it anywhere listed. I think it's about 100. So it's a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the audiences and go through that process. Once I've built up my audience, well, once I've whittled down the audiences, got that sorted, I'm also going to need to go through quickly the ads that are running, which I've already done in fairness, but I'm going to have to go through the ads that are already running and just make sure I've turned off anything that's historic, that's no longer running, but still active. Turn that off because that will allow me to edit and remove the audiences. So I'm going to get rid of all the audiences that we no longer need, that we don't historically, just get them out of the way, clean up the account. I'm then going to build up the new audiences the way that I think they should be done, because the way the agency have been doing them is just too slimmed down. I mean, it's fine. It's a journey that they've taken, but having an audience with like a couple of thousand people in it for a tourist attraction just doesn't make sense. And I'm looking at an audience here for self-guided tours, which ultimately is open to effectively everybody. Anybody can do a self-guided tour. And there's an audience in here which is built. I'm just going to give you an example of this. Now it's a 3-second view audience, so it's an audience based off people that have seen an ad before and then coming through that funnel. It makes sense, absolutely fine. But it's customized down to the audience size is 2,700 to 3,100. And it's basically built on the amount of people that watch 3 seconds of a video. Now, if the audience for one of your core products, where you see somewhere in the region of about 60 to 70,000 people a year, if an audience for a core product on an adult setting is about 2,700 to 3,100, you've got a fucking problem somewhere. Fundamentally, you've got a problem. So we've got to sort that, because that's just a mess, and it's one of the fundamental reasons why it wasn't working. I think the campaigns that they were planning, some audiences are bigger, but I can see again escape rooms audiences are 3,000 people. It's just madness. If I look back to some of the old audiences, big wide nets, 6 million. Now don't get me wrong, that's opposite ends of the scale, but there's some drilling down to do from there. So I need to do some work on that, and I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to put those audiences back together. But at the moment, I know they're not working, and even without looking, I know they're not working, because I can see it through the financials coming through and through the ticket sales coming through. And that was very much the discussion we had the other day in the meeting in the last episode. If you've not seen the episode, I think part 1, part 2 of outsourcing, check it out, give it a watch. It talks all about outsourcing, when you should outsource, when you should in-house things, the challenges, but it also shows you the live version of us going through that journey with marketing, with how we outsource it and now we bring it in-house. Really good 2-part episodes. So check those out if you're not. I'm going to crack on, build the audiences, and I'll come back with the next stage. Okay, so I'll share this in. I'm just about to get rid of the first batch of audiences. So you can see all the audiences here. There's quite a few of them. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, delete 103, and that's just the first batch. So with a bit of luck. Okay, cool. That's the first batch gone. So that's 103 audiences gone. And now I'm going to move on to my custom audiences and see what those are looking like, and my lookalike audiences, and then try and narrow those down and get, again, rid of the old ones. So I'm just left with clean audiences, and then the ones that are currently running, that the agency had running, and then I can start building my own audiences back up from scratch. Okay, so I'm coming into my next batch of audiences to get rid of. So I think I'm looking on this one, 38. That's 38 plus my 103, so that's what, 141 audiences now done. And I think I've got one more sift, maybe 2, just to cleanse. I should be there. So I'm just going to give this to you quickly. So basically, I went to get rid of the other audiences and it wouldn't let me. And part of the reason it wouldn't let me get rid of the other audiences is because we still had, out of the 625 ad sets that were there, I still had 210 of them running. Although they weren't actually running, some of them had finished and been turned off at campaign level. The ad set level hadn't been turned off, which means the ad level, I hope my volume's just kicked in, which means the ad level wasn't actually, fuck's sake. The campaign was turned off, but the ad sets were still on inside those campaigns. So basically what that meant was I can't delete the audience because they're still technically active audiences. So I'll do the ad sets, then I'll just double check the ads. I'm just trying to turn the whole batch off. So it's just keeping accounts clean, man. That's just trying to keep it clean and tidy. There we go. And just trying to get it, so that the accounts are up to date. And then I can start actually doing what I need to do, which is building the next batch. It's just, I can't believe that it's not been cleansed and kept clean. It's just a bit of a mess. So I'm gonna have a quick look and see if, just waiting for these last ones to go, and then we'll check what's gone from there. So as I was saying, I've got the ad sets now all turned off. You can see down here, they're all turned off now. But when I come, I've got them all highlighted so I can check. When I come across the ad section at the top, I'm just trying to show you what I can show you without showing you too much. I can see there's 260 ad sets. And again, if I go into if I just highlight them all, for those of you that do Facebook advertising, you'll know where I'm at. And I can just have a quick look and I can see the latest edits and I can see what's going on, but there's been nothing's been running. Oh God, so much stuff. It's all just still turned on. It's just so many of them. I'm going to try and turn it off now, and it's going to tell me how many there are. So I'll come on to turn off because just none of these are running. None of these are running, but it's obviously messing with the audiences. I'm turning off 200 items apparently, so we'll do that. We'll publish those. We'll see it appear down here. So we're just running those 200. I'm going to leave that to run. Whilst that's running, I'm going to get rid of the rest of the audiences. So if I come back up to the audiences, there's a couple I still can't get rid of because they're actually still there live with ads, although the ads aren't running, so I can't get rid of the audiences. So I'll just get rid of these ones. So I'm just getting rid of 11 more. So I think we were at 143. So that's now, no, 141, so now 152. And I know there's one more to go. So it's going to be 153 audiences. That will end up being 153 audiences that I've got rid of, that we just don't use anymore. They're just old, out of date, old campaigns. I've turned off 260 odd campaigns which are not running. They're off at campaign level, but they're still on an ad set and ad level. So I've had to get all that. And remember, I'm not just doing this for Shrewsbury. I've got to do this for Shepton as well. I'll let you into a little secret. I've already done Shepton's. I did Shepton's first thing this morning, but it takes time, like proper time, to concentrate on what you're doing. You don't want to make a mistake because you want to turn off ads that you got running and delete audience. So you got to concentrate. So I did Shepton's first so I could concentrate. Now I'm doing Shrewsbury, so I know where I'm at, I know what I'm doing, so I can do this bit at the same time. It's a little bit waffly, I get, but like I said, I'm leaning into marketing. Got my hat. I'm leaning into the damn thing, so it's all good. Let's hold it here. I'm going to lean into it and I'm just going to push. I'm just going to hammer it and hammer it and hammer it and hammer it. And you best fucking believe I am going to get people through the doors of our prisons come May half term. Absolutely fucking hammering it, because it's just what needs to happen. It's just what needs to happen. We need people through the doors. That's how our business works. We're tourism. It's just a no-brainer. We need customers like every other business. So I'm going to absolutely fucking smash this shit. And it's not so I can turn around and go, look, I can do it better than an agency. It's got nothing to do with that. It's because I want the people through the doors. I would have preferred, I think, for the agency to have done this and to have done this super well and for us to have grown together. And I'd have happily paid, or I happily will pay an agency to do this on our behalf if they can produce the results and scale and scale and scale. If we paid an agency £1 million a year to do our marketing for us across the board, I've got no issues with that, as long as they're achieving the targets. Now, if that target is 1 in 10, then as long as we're generating 10 million in income, for example, through what they're deriving, so through their KPI line, so through what as long as we're driving 10 million or the income's driving based on the targets they have against the areas that they're marketing, we've got no problems paying them that money. The trouble we're finding is nobody can deliver it like that, and they spend so much time trying to learn it that it's just fucking nightmare. So we're just going to do it ourselves, and I'm going to build in-house. And this is the start of our journey. Okay, so I've done my audiences, that's all sorted. I've got all the ads turned off that should be turned off. I'm just going to step away from my desk for 10, 15 minutes or so. I'm actually going to go up and see Ishkia and catch up with her because she was off last week on holiday. Spoken to her today, but I'm just going to physically see her and just chat about a couple of bits and catch up really. Pop my head in on the sales team just on my way through. And generally just sort of kind of say hi, but obviously have a proper catch up with Ishkia because she's part of my marketing team. But yes, ads. So that's the audiences done, which is really good. I've cleaned up all the ads, all the old ad sets, so that's all sorted and done. So the account's now looking a lot cleaner. So it took me about 3.5 hours, I think. Hello, you all right? How's it going?
Good.
Graham's arrived, reappeared. I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been?
I've been...
Life of a retiree.
Weekend. Where have you been?
Oh, I wasn't here at the weekend.
There you go.
Oh, no, I was. No, I came in on Saturday for Shelley's birthday.
Oh, well, I wasn't here. I'd gone home by then.
Oh, okay, fine.
There you go.
But yeah, no, that was kind of it. Hold on,
And then
back
I'm here
shortly.
doing
So yeah, it's just get waylaid basically, chatting. I haven't seen Graham in a few weeks, in fairness, so I thought it was a good opportunity to catch up. Because obviously the two of us have worked together for like 8 years, something like that, 8.5 years, whatever it might be, since the beginning. So I always like to sort of just catch up and chew the fat. Anyway, we're going to head up into... Paul will kill me because of the wind. Now Kieran will kill me too because of the wind, because it's just noisy. The tour's just about to begin behind me. So let's head on up, see what's what. Go say hello to Ishkia. The team was lovely and warm in here. Lots of stairs, big prison. Past finance, past servers. Be quiet because it's offices. It's not bad, so it's not too bad. Hey, alright? How's it? I'm good. Yourself? Sorry, I was mid-video and then I bumped into Izzy, so I thought I would just say hello quickly, and she only just started, so I thought I probably shouldn't just chuckle straight into camera. Then I was catching up with Chelsea, who just got engaged, so I went through that conversation and just catch up with her and with Charlie, and now I've arrived to see Ishkia. Yeah. She's like, don't put me on camera. So I'm going to have that conversation, and then and obviously back to ads. Right. So that is me done. That probably took about half an hour. But I was catching up with the guys, and you really can't put enough value on. Do you want to see a really cool space? Look, I'm going to show you this. So we're going to extend because our teams are growing. This room's trashed, and it's an absolute fucking tip. But look at this space. So obviously we need to get people in, sort out all the ceiling, rip everything out, replaster, all that kind of stuff. There's another space through here, which again, all needs replastering, as you can see, all needs sort of ripping out, replastering, new carpets, new paint. So out the cupboards, there's another space through here, which is really cool. So this is really big as well. So we've got all of these extra spaces. Shit, like, plus the roof have come down. So we need to fix all that. Getting the roof lined on top. So we're going to do that so we can extend all the offices and have an entire department down here. So whether it's sales, marketing moving down here, admin, finance, we're not quite sure. But we're going to extend the space. And then above it, which is just up here on this roof, it's sort of tucked in and over and down. We're going to be able to put tables and chairs and stuff like that out on the roof, because we've got a big open window that goes onto it, and the staff can go outside in the summer and they can work outside, which will be really cool, because when it's days like this and it's lovely, it's a really nice space to work. So we're going to do that because our team will love it. Because I just think it's a really good way of using the extra space. So that's on the way. But yeah, just catching up basically with those guys. And it's 2:30. So I'm going to head back up to my office. I'm actually going to sneak out for the end of the day because I started super early this morning. I want to get home because there's something really cool at home. I'm going to do it in a separate episode. So I'm going to be kind of running 2 episodes at the same time. But I want to test Kieran, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I've got something really cool that's arrived at home, so I've asked Lauren if I can just leave a little bit early, which she's agreed. So I'm going to head off, start a new episode, and then I'm going to finish this ad episode tomorrow. Bloody stairs. Finish this ad episode tomorrow, and all the ads will go live. Happy days. You've been listening to Entrepreneur Life with me, Joel Campbell, and I am an entrepreneur.